video I'm going to show you how I approach a basic mixdown. Once you have everything finished and arranged in your track, you need to prepare for mastering. This means you need to leave enough room on your master channel for the mastering engineer to do his job. A good habit to get into is gain stage in your project. As you can see, I have a basic logic loop here which has been outputted to the relevant channels, kick, snare and hats. Those channels then have a dedicated bus in red. Those buses then route into a master drum bus which is in blue. Let's play our loop and diagnose the problems we have going on. As you can see, nearly every one of our drums are hitting the red, and this in turn gives no room for a mastering engineer to do his job. Leaving the mix as it is can result in a distorted mix with no dynamics, and more importantly, no room for the mastering engineer. Now, instead of pulling all the faders down and bringing them up one by one, I will show you a quick way to get a good basis for a mix. Gain staging is important not just for an overall sound, but it also affects individual plugins on your chain. Let me show you on the kick drum. The EQ is telling us that the signal going into it is too hot, as the level meter is in red. This can result in distortion or unwanted artifacts on our kick. If we were to leave this as it is, we would be adding more effects to a distorted signal chain. It's better to have a great signal and room to move at all times. I like having all my channel faders at 0. This way I have loads of room to adjust the channels after my signal chain is built. What we need is a channel trim that sets the input for each channel. The Synalxis 3G is an ideal one for us to use. Insert one on each one of your channels before the buses and adjust the levels to -10 dB. You can see that after I have set the input level for each sound, that the master channel along with the drum master and drum buses have come away from the red and given us enough headroom to play around. Let me show you how the input level affects the signal path for your plugin chain. You'll see that the EQ is no longer in the red and will not cause any distortion or unwanted artifacts on your kick. So as we start to EQ our sounds, especially the drums, we will see a decrease in the volume on the channel. What we need to do is compensate for that. We won't turn up the fader, we will use the gain on the EQ. For every adjustment you make, you should be compensating on the chain to retain the starting volume. This is called gain staging.